Episode 4 of Hawkeye. I love this episode, but I also really love this show. I'm excited for the last 2 episodes hold. I know episode 5 is supposed to like blow our minds. I'm ready to have my mind blown at this point. Episode 4 was a very good episode. This episode felt like more of a Kate and Hawkeye really bonding episode, which I appreciated. Really, Haley Steinfeld and Jeremy Renner are both award-winning actors. They are really good actors in general, separately, but I think both of them being award-winning actors really helps them together when they're interacting, because you know they can do really well and they're very good and they sell being individuals, but they also sell being together. I appreciate that. So to see them together shine together is just like really awesome. Montage of Kate and Hawkeye like decorating for Christmas, wearing ugly Christmas sweaters, decorating a Christmas tree, watching Christmas movies, all the things that he's missing out with his kids right now. The fact that Haley Steinfeld's character Kate is doing all those things with him for him to make him feel less lonely during the holidays. At the same time, he is teaching her kind of like, and they're talking about trick arrows, boomerang arrows, and he shows her that really cool trick of like the coin and turning off the TV, and she tries to do it. That's what I love. I love the little character moments that we get in this episode, whether it be Hawkeye and Kate and them doing stuff about Christmas, talking about trick arrows in her aunt's apartment, whether it be that quick little moment we see of Kate with her mom and Jack. She's kind of seeing how happy Jack makes her mom. That little moment, a little bit of calm before the potential storm that I know is coming. If you don't love a character in a show, or you don't bond with the characters, the show kind of falls flat. The show, the movie, the book, etc. You want the characters to interact really well with each other, and you want the characters to feel human and real. Hawkeye is already the most human feeling of the Avengers, but in the show so far, he feels even more human in the fact that you see that he just wants more than anything to be with his family before the holidays. His past is catching up with him. Ronan is catching up with him, and he has to just tackle that head first. He has no choice. Kate's mixed up in this now, and he has to help her. He was Ronan once upon a time, and that's not gonna go away just because he left it behind. There's all these people he wronged, like Maya. Ronan took and killed her father. Talking about Jack and Kate's mom. I don't trust Jack, obviously. I don't trust Jack. Maybe it's they're pushing us to think it's Jack, but it's someone else. But we learn that Jack's company is laundering money to the tracksuit mafia dudes. Jack is caught up in all of this, so I wonder if Jack is working for someone. Could that someone be potentially Kingpin? I don't know. I think he knows that Kate knows, and he's trying to test her. I just see like he's trying to test her, I swear, because there's moments where you think he knows that she knows, but then he tries to play it off like he doesn't. I swear he has to know that she knows. Take a shot every time I say you know, but don't. And on top of it, after this episode, I really don't trust Kate's mom. The more I think about it, the more I'm like, I don't trust Eleanor Bishop. I don't. She kind of has this moment with Hawkeye where Hawkeye's like, I'll do everything I can to protect Kate. She's like, well, Natasha was like good at this stuff too. And it's like, deep cut, lady. Deep fucking cut. After Hawkeye leaves, she has that phone call. Yeah, we need to talk, like right now, like something's going down. So I don't trust Kate's mom. Another character moment between Kate and Hawkeye that I really appreciate. She's like asking him about what is the best shot that you never took. He tells her about the first time he met Nat. He was asked to take her out, and he just couldn't do it because he saw that he had this like sense that she wanted out. She wanted out from the Black Widow program, or she wanted out from what she was doing. She asked, is that where you met the Ronin? He doesn't say anything, just senses it, and she's like, you're Ronin. I think she's conflicted because I think she really believes that like Hawkeye didn't mean to do this because like he lost his family. He was so distraught. That can really mess up a person. Resorted back to what he was known for, being a killing machine. That's what he was originally for, was take out people. You didn't mean to do this. You lost your family. Like it's understandable. But I think on the other hand, she knows, God, this was not a good idea. Hawkeye and Nat had such a wonderful relationship, and so to see him still be emotional after Nat's death and still see him dealing with those consequences, how much he still is plagued by those nightmares of not only like watching his family disappear, also watching Nat just plummet to her death, and that must like sit with him, and that guilt and that like PTSD he probably has from that is just like, I can't imagine what he's going through and what he feels about that. And I just feel so bad for him because like not only did he lose her, but he had to watch her die. And I found out that watch is emitting a signal. Turns out to be this apartment building, and Hawkeye is like on the roof talking to Kate about this elaborate plan he has, and of course being Kate, she doesn't listen. She's just walking across the street on her own. She's like, I'm just gonna get in the door this way, goes up an elevator, goes into the apartment, sees the watch, she grabs it. Turns out it's Maya's apartment. Maya shows up. She and Kate start having like a tussle. While at the same time, Hawkeye's like, no, Maya's on the top of the building with me. And it's like, how can Maya be in two places at once? This is where my mind clicked. Elena's supposed to be in this show. You know, Elena from Black Widow? She's supposed to be in this show. She's fighting Hawkeye on the roof. No questions asked. I don't think that's Maya in the suit because Maya is in her apartment fighting Kate. There's only one other person who can be in that rooftop with Clint right now. I know who it has to be, and I don't know, man. It's not Maya on the roof with Clint. I'm sure it's someone else. Yeah, no, this has to be Elena, because she's fighting like a Black Widow. It has to be. Yes! It is! It is! Because she has the shockers! The shockers on her wrist. Oh my god. Oh my god. That is so Yelena, and my brain is just like, oh my god, it has to be Yelena. It is! You can see the brain! Oh my god, it is! Dude! Oh my god, I can't believe it! Yelena, has to be. She was fighting like a Black Widow too. It is Yelena! Things get serious. Hawkeye's like, we're not playing any games anymore, Kate. A Black Widow assassin has been sent to kill me. I don't know if he knows who Yelena is. I'm assuming because he's fought Black Widow so many times and he trained with her that he knows that she's a Black Widow. But I don't know if Hawkeye knows if he knows Yelena. I don't know if he knows that that's like Black Widow's sister. I don't know if he knows that, but I do know that he knows that she's a Black Widow. He's like, shit is getting serious. We need to stop. You need to go home. This is next level stuff. Like, you can't be a part of this anymore. And Kate's like, but I understand the risk. I get what Hawkeye's saying. I get that he doesn't want Kate to get hurt, get injured, potentially die from all of this, but her family is a part of this now. Her mom, who potentially could be evil too, her mom is engaged to marry Jack. This guy who I assume killed Armand, could be someone else. She is involved in this because her family is involved in this. She is in this to the end. She's in this now, Clint, whether you want to believe or not. I'm very excited for where episode 5 and episode 6 are gonna go and how they're gonna wrap up the show. I'm just like, there's so many questions. 2018. Oh, it's Yelena. Oh, they're putting the antidote in her. Oh my god. Antidote now, so all of the Black Widows can be in control of themselves. So happy that Black Widows are now free. But I'm glad Yelena's helping out other widows. I'm so happy. I don't know if Yelena ever got to see Natasha again after she left. But oh my god! I never even thought of that. I never even thought to think if Yelena dusted away or not. Oh my god! So she never did get to see Natasha again because by the time she undusted, Natasha was already dead. Oh god. And then she just dusted back like nothing happened, like a second went by, but it was 5 years. Oh my god. Oh god, Yelena! Oh. Yeah, it says 5 years. Oh god. No, and this is where she finds out Natasha's gone. Not even 5 minutes in and I'm already crying, so yeah. So that's one way to start off an episode. You can say Kate is the only thing that matters to you, Eleanor Bishop, but I don't fully believe you anymore. You're getting kind of sus to me. Maybe you're innocent, but I'm still keeping you on my sus list. You may not be like a superhero, but I'd say you're still a superhero, Kate, because you have archery skills like no one's business. Sure, every Avenger has gone through that cycle or that thinking process of, do I deserve to be an Avenger after my dark past? But the answer is you rose above it. You saw the right from the wrong, and you chose to step up and be better than you once were. Much I don't trust her mom. This little moment they're having in Kate's bedroom is very sweet. I don't know if you should tell your mom. I don't know, based on how your mom acts right now and how I think she's kind of sus. I don't think you should tell your mom that you've been looking into Armand's death and you found a lot of information linking it to Jack, because, like, your mom could, like, do some, like, hey, we need to, like, take out Clint. And it's like, I wouldn't tell her. I wouldn't tell her. Oh! Lena's in her apartment! Oh my god, what? Kate just throws a bottle at her head and Elena's like, hey, I made macaroni if you want some. Like, hey, let's have a sleepover, girl. I literally just tried to, like, kill you and Clint last episode, but it's fine. I'm so glad we get to see more of her after Black Widow because I love her. Oh my gosh. She's like, Kate's like, you tried to kill me. I'm not going to sit down and have mac and cheese with you. And Elena's like, I didn't try to kill you. I got a wire so I could remove an obstacle. It is this scene. What is this scene? But I love it. This is hilarious. I already love this episode so much. Elena is just like, oh, I'm here for a business trip, so I have limited time because I'm trying to kill Clint. She didn't say that. But I also want to see some sites like the Empire State Building, the newly reformed Statue of Liberty, which based on the Spider-Man trailer, I'm sure has like a shield for Captain America. And like, I want to see Rockefeller Center. What? She just casually says that. Like, Kate's like, are you here to talk to Clint? Elena's like, no, I'm here to kill him, you know, just casually, like, stab him in the chest. Like, you could have ever tried to kill Elena. No, Kate, I'm sorry, but, like, she would have killed you before you killed her. Yes, he probably is doing all this to help Kate to rid himself of the Ronin, to rid himself of his reputation. He also, I feel like he does care about Kate in the way that she's young. And to him, he probably sees a young himself or a young Natasha or just someone like his kids. He sees a young person in pain and needing help and he's helping her. Granted, I'm sure that's more beneficial to him, like rid himself of Ronan, but I still think he does care about Kate in some way. What about your trail of blood, Yelena? What about Natasha's? How many people have you two killed? How many people have many Black Widows killed that you have freed? What's the difference? Just putting that out there. I am so sick of people just assuming that Hawkeye is the one that killed Natasha. He did no such thing. He was willing to sacrifice his life for Natasha to live. But it was Natasha's choice to like let go of Clint's hand and fall to her death. It was not Clint's fault. What kind of annoys me about all of this is that Yelena has been a bad guy her entire life. Natasha was pretty much a bad guy her entire life. They were Black Widows sent to kill people, to do horrible things. They should know more than anyone that everyone has a dark past and has done horrible things, but it doesn't mean they're necessarily evil. Yelena should be the first person vouching for Clint. Granted, I know she's pissed about Natasha, but it's like, Natasha didn't have a wonderful past either. You didn't have a wonderful past. Clint has done some awful things. So you should know that nobody's perfect, that everyone has made mistakes, some more than others. Kind of why I'm a little annoyed at Yelena for going after Clint, because it's like, granted, I know you were told that Clint did this, but maybe you should ask questions before you do something, because you are one of the first people to know that not everyone is a bad guy because they've done bad things. Oh yeah, the new outfits! Oh my god, I'm so happy the LARPers are like more involved because they were fun. I liked Girls, he was great. Jack's getting arrested or with some FBI agents. I hate that anytime, I'm gonna cry. I hate that every time Clint talks about Natasha and it gets really emotional and really sad, is in the background you hear like a piano or a very soft instrumental of the scene on Vormir where she falls to her death. That just cuts you deep. You hear that instrumental and you're like, how can you make me feel anymore? How can you hurt me anymore? What is so important about this watch? He said in the last episode that if they find out about whoever owned that watch, that their whole life would implode and like blown up in their secret. But the only person we ever see him talking to about that watch is his wife Laura. Was Laura like a superhero with him at one point? Was she like working for S.H.I.E.L.D. at one point, but she left it all behind to raise their kids? Like, I don't know. And she'll understand more than anyone else ever could. Are we not hinting at that Laura was like a superhero or like did like stuff once upon a time? It seems like we're hinting at that. Oh my god, is he in the Ronin costume? Oh my god. This is crazy. Oh my god. He took his mask off in front of her. Wait, yes, Maya, wanted your father dead. That's why Hawkeye was there as Ronin that night. He was tipped off. Oh my god. Oh my god. He wasn't at the meeting. Kazi was not at the meeting. Is he the one that tipped off the Ronin? Like, Kazi, we need answers. Oh my god, you. Oh my god. Oh, I had a feeling I didn't trust her mom. I knew her mom was sus. An unknown number. Text Kate. Kate Bishop, I found out who hired me. Eleanor Bishop. Thought you deserved to know. I knew her mom was sus. I knew it, but oh, poor Kate. That's the guy I've been worried about the whole time. I called it. It is. Oh my god, it is. He's fucking Kingpin. Oh my god. So, episode 5 of Hawkeye. They were not kidding when they said this episode would probably blow up the internet and like blow our minds, because it fucking did. Let's just start with the elephant in the room. Kate's mom, during episode 4, was starting to get suspicious of her because of that phone call, and then I thought back to episode 1 with she was having that argument with Armand, and just sometimes the way her mom would say things and like hold her demeanor, it just seemed very sus. Now we know her mom is the one that hired Yelena to kill Hawkeye, because Eleanor Bishop, Kate's mom, is working for the fucking Kingpin. So my question, is Jack still an evil guy? But his company was laundering money to the tracksuits. If Maya's boss is the Kingpin, maybe Eleanor and the Kingpin were setting up Jack because they wanted to get rid of Ronin, so they wanted the sword and the suit. So maybe Jack was being set up and Jack did not kill Armand and he's being framed, so he's the innocent one. The beginning of the episode, I love that we got to see this in WandaVision, where we got to see all these people returning. Like when Monica Rambeau returned in the hospital, we got to see her come back from the blip. We've seen people dust away. We've never really seen anyone necessarily come back. I mean, she came back, but we really got to see it in real time, what it felt like for Yelena. It was gone for maybe 5 seconds to a second and then came back and everything was different. It's been 5 years. Or really get to see the full cycle. We got to see all these people disappear in Infinity War, and then we got to see people like move on in those 5 years. And with Monica Rambeau in WandaVision, we got to see her come back. But now with Yelena, we get to see what it was really like for those people coming back. We're snapped away for like a second or 5 seconds, and they come back, and then it's been 5 years. Like nothing has passed for them. But it's been 5 years for everyone that stayed. That just solidifies how much more like insane and crazy and like shocking it was for all the people that came back, because they were gone for like 2 to 1 second and now they're back and it's been 5 years. Like for them it must have been like perilous. This was a very good episode and I cannot wait for the last episode. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys with another video very soon.